In the heart of Cape Town, 5 friends, Thandi, Zola, Kwesi, Lindo, and Sia, sat in a quaint cafe on Long Street. The air was buzzing with anticipation. A major tech company, Ukoza Tech, had announced a coveted opening for a senior position. It wasn't just any job, it was a career-defining opportunity that would change the trajectory of whoever was selected. "This is it," Thandi said, her eyes wide with excitement. "If one of us gets this job, it's game over. We're talking 6 figures, benefits, the works." Zola, always the impulsive one, leaned back in her chair, fingers tapping anxiously on the table. "I'm already picturing myself in that office. No more hustle. I want this now." Kwesi, ever the calm voice of reason, gently reminded her, "It's not about rushing. Ukoza's a big company. They're going to take their time. We've got to be prepared for that." Sia, usually the group's comedian, was unusually quiet, staring down at his phone. "I just don't know if I can handle the wait." Lindo, the group's quiet dreamer, nodded in agreement. "Waiting can be unbearable. But what can we do? We're in their hands now." They had all submitted their applications and were now in the most painful part of any process, waiting for a response. Weeks passed, and the friends' excitement gave way to frustration. Zola, who was known for her impatience, became more agitated with every passing day. They would gather at Thandi's apartment after work, each one of them staring at their phones, waiting for the email that would change everything. "I can't do this anymore," Zola blurted out one evening, pacing across the living room. "What's taking them so long? I bet they've already picked someone, and we're just sitting here like fools." Sia nodded, his leg bouncing restlessly. "I get it. This silence is killing me." Kwesi, sitting calmly in the corner, frowned. "Zola, you know as well as I do that this is part of the process. If you send them something now, it'll just look desperate." But Zola was beyond reasoning. "Desperate? You think I'm going to just sit here while someone else gets my spot? I'm sending them a follow-up. I don't care." Thandi sighed, watching her friend spiral. "Zola, you can't rush this. What's meant for you will come in time." Zola wasn't listening. She fired off an email demanding an update, her anger palpable. 2 days later, Zola's phone rang. It was Ukoza Tech. She answered with bated breath, but her face quickly fell as the voice on the other end spoke. Her hands trembled as she hung up the phone. "I've been disqualified," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "They said my email was unprofessional. That they're looking for someone with patience and composure." The room went silent. Zola's heart was in her throat, her face pale with shock. Kwesi sighed deeply, rubbing his temples. "Zola, I warned you. This is exactly what I was afraid of." Thandi moved to sit beside Zola, wrapping an arm around her. "I'm so sorry, Zola. But maybe this is a lesson for all of us." Zola's voice cracked. "I just couldn't handle the waiting. It felt like torture." Sia, though normally the least serious, spoke up with unusual gravity. "Waiting isn't easy. But sometimes it's the only way to prove you're ready. I guess patience really is the ultimate test." As weeks turned into months, the others began to lose hope. Lindo, who had always been the quiet optimist, started doubting herself. "What if none of us get it?" she asked one afternoon. "Maybe we're all just wasting our time." Thandi shook her head. "You can't think like that. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not coming. The wait is hard, but we've got to believe." Kwezi, always the most composed, seemed unshaken. This is where the real challenge lies, in trusting the process when nothing seems to be happening. We can't let the silence break us. But even Kwezi was starting to feel the pressure. Late at night, when he was alone, doubts crept in. Maybe this opportunity wasn't meant for him. Maybe the waiting was a sign he should move on. But something deep inside told him to stay patient, to hold on just a little longer. One evening, just as the sun dipped below Table Mountain, Kwezi's phone buzzed. It was an email from Ukoza Tech. His heart raced as he opened it.